So we said there are two bombs, right? Yes. Uh, a couple have, like came up, okay, but we're not going to consider those bombs. But partially, I want to be frank, I'm talking public here. The fact that we're refunding the $97, I thought that was a bomb, okay, for the founding members. So it was like specifically for the founders. And now that is not the complete story, but there's more into it. So the fact that some people used us and we've served them really uh, generously, I would say, for at least 5 years or so, uh, we without any fail. Uh, it's costly for us, and to come up and give them that value. Uh, and there's another option coming up too once we get there, and then we will give you a year. It was supposed to be June 1st or around, okay? So now that is affected slightly, not dramatically. So it will be reset. So when people can have a whole year, they never paid anything. If they've been with us 5 years, that's like 6 years on the house, they haven't paid. I think once you get that and you see it physically, it's not the actual figure or doing that. Maybe for most people it doesn't matter. They don't want to even take it. They feel somewhat they want to contribute to the process. However, when that happens, I believe it will reveal so much about the Onpassive character and integrity. Uh, I think it's mind-boggling, and it will tell how much we took in, knowing that we're not taking money. It's technically a deposit on hold and return it. That it will cost us more. It will cost us the process and the pain, but we get to know our people, and then it will cost us obviously the transaction, the fees involved in that. Okay. Uh, Egypt, if you don't want to consider that a bomb, okay, no problem. We'll give you a different one. Okay. We got a couple more, so we're going to keep bombing. Um, Speaking of that, you've talked about, John, you've talked about Times Square, and I know you want to see more American presence. I get it, okay, but just to give you some statistics, the United States, as of now, is roughly 20% of the Onpassive population. So think about that. 40% we know where it is, okay, the biggest market of Onpassive. So does it make sense to give the 40, 50% a bomb? I'm not saying don't give the 20%. I mean, there are some places, Seychelles, have you heard of that? It's an island, okay? They were with us right from the beginning. Like some places, we just got a couple dozens. We don't have massive numbers. The whole population is just a couple 100,000. So it's, the demographic and the location and the population of that country all matters. But I can tell you what I'm told is 99% done deal. But if it works, what they're cooking in India, it's gonna flip it upside down. The country, it's gonna literally, those boosters with the Falcon Heavy or the SpaceX rockets, like they put you put one, it's like Falcon 9. You put three, it's Falcon Heavy. So your booster is how much. So those are going to be massive boosters, rocket boosters for Onpassive, and we're very close to wrap it up. On this Saturday, you're going to hear more. Okay, this Saturday, a couple of days, you're going to hear more, and then the following weeks, it just gets better and better. So it is working, and if it's working, I mean, what's the saying? If it ain't broken, don't try to fix it. Yeah. So it's working perfect, and we we all agree it's better than we thought, no matter what you thought.
We appreciate also the news that you mentioned last night or a few hours ago about the data center. The the usage that we use now. You
Mm,
pay to AWS about over 12 million over
yeah.
hours. Huh? Yeah.
We haven't had income. We don't have income, revenue. I mean, I'm not saying we don't make money, and that's nobody's business. I'm talking about, the outsiders and all of that. But we're not making from this uh, community. We're not making money. We're
Mm,
spending. So our time and our energy, that's invaluable. I mean, you cannot
yeah.
put a value on that. We're given that, but there is actual direct cost to it too.
Mm,
The Amazon AWS bill, okay, which is the cloud computing, the monthly bill, to the point where the CEO of the bank get to call me directly after their compliance and CEO just to make sure that the transaction is okay. Those people, they're mafia. I'm talking about Amazon and whether it's Google. They just add zeros. It's that's uh, what we will teach. In fact, everything is inflamed when it comes to cost. Why? Because there's monopoly. There's no, yeah, Zoom. They get to charge whatever they want. It's the only application technically there, right? That is reasonably useful. Does it really cost this much? No. There's so much profit in it for one man. So that's what struck me finding, wow, look who we are. We're just warming up. We're just recruiting people. We didn't even start. We're still looking for good talent. Look what we're able to make. So I don't think it's the talent or the idea is what's lack. It's the will. I think when they find a way that is not profitable, even it doesn't cost them a dime, or it doesn't even take a minute of their time. If it's not profitable, it's in the trash can. They don't care. Why would they do it? And that is sad. When you look at our case in Onpassive, sometimes you're not going to get a dime in return, but it certainly we know it's going to cost us. It takes time, it takes money, it takes energy, some frustration to make it, just to fill a tiny, tiny gap that is not even lucrative from a financial point of view.
mm.
We have the same passion and commitment as something will give us, a flood of cash. So the more you realize this reality, the more you probably become anti-corruption and anti-monopoly. Uh, there has to be a more merciful way. Who's the victim? The user, the end user. So does it make sense for one guy to be winning, or five people at the top in that company with 100,000 employees versus, a company with, say, 1,000 employees in our case, thankfully, okay, and perform more, produce more, and make more people happy, not just five guys. It's fascinating to realize this.
But the heartwarming thing is that the company is paying forward, paying in advance for the founder, for the founder to use. So this is what the first time last night you review to engineer command. I think this is very uh, I mean, we are here. Everybody is waiting for the Apple, and the company is going through all this, paying the bill, paying for the staff. So I just want to say thank you so much.
Of course.
For your heart.
So today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Okay. So today we're paying. Okay, in Dubai. Okay, and Egypt today. What is it? Only the 22nd of the month. We're paying the payroll in those two countries. I'm just telling you why. If you know, Eid al-Adha is coming on the 28th. The sacrifice, the pilgrimage in the Muslim countries, and so they go on a vacation on Friday until the 3rd when they come back, the 3rd of July. Okay, in some places, but not doesn't mean everybody will be off. Okay, they're all responsive anytime virtually, but the idea is we don't have to do that. We can just play by the book if we want to, but no, they're going to be shocked. So today they're going to get that alert on the phone. Okay, just in 2-3 hours, you got paid, deposit in your bank. Wow, I got my salary on the 22nd. That's why we call it Onpassive with heart. We're thinking of people. We're inclusive. We're whether inside, outside, anywhere. Same thing goes by. And on the same topic, Francis, like, do you believe there is less than 10 invoices every day or payments that we have to pay out? Like, you don't think there are a couple hundred payments a month? Imagine how many employees, their cost, the logistics, okay? The payroll is something, all the infrastructure, all the equipments, all the hosting, all the, the technology that we use, the clouds, all of that, different locations, working on future projects, developing things. I mean, do you believe there's a day that is less than 10 payments, 20 payments? Not a day. There's no possible day. But there are so many days that we don't have that income. Now, logically, people will pause given value, say, no, we're going to make this lucrative. We have to make it a business. Okay. So we would have to make sure that somebody pays for those. So we chose the naive way. I mean, in the eye of a typical businessman, we're stupid. That's what they would think. We're stupid. We're naive. Like, why are you doing this? And it's hard to believe. Like, oh, there's not a catch in it. There's not a hidden agenda. No, there is good in life. And the refund aspect, to do the sacrifice all the time. And then, you know what? Surprise, we didn't want to take this money after the. So it is another evidence. We want to validate the concept. You can win, you can succeed, whether as a business, as an individual, or any project, in a clean, ethical way with integrity. It's possible. And all what we're taught is to actually fake it. All we're taught is to be untruthful. All we're taught is to look at always look at something we will never become it. We diminished all of that. We said Onpassive is different. Okay, what we're going to do is I don't need people to be like me. I don't need to promote my ideology. Not everybody's going to be like Lynn, okay? And it's not really good. And I don't mean it, the specific person. Lynn doesn't want everybody to be like her. And you shouldn't be like, but can I learn something, can be inspired? So the whole idea is to get together and bring the best of us individually, okay, who you are as a unique person, and follow your dreams. But choose Onpassive as a platform. By no means we want, okay, you do this, you follow that. We don't want to lecture people like that. We don't want to treat people as those machine cookie cutter, like, same thing. People are not the same. And it would be a disaster for all of us to be the same. The best beauty that you can embrace in your life is when you recognize the diversity is the most beautiful thing in our life. Diversity in business, diversity in ethnicity, diversity in everything. We don't want to be the same. John Barilla and I just had a different approach to something. We thought about it, but that brought an incredible discussion out of it. Had he said, you know, I agree with you, you're the boss, okay, whatever you think is okay, stamp. Unhealthy. So it's good not to disagree, just to disagree. We should follow our own beliefs and strength. Focus on your strength. Coaching mostly, they show you how horrible your situation is and how ideal they are, and you are screwed. They show you that big gap, so it becomes more like you become depressed. It's like it's hopeless. How can I get there? Look at where I am. They tell you this is wrong. This no, you're an idiot. This that. This is. I've been in those auditoriums. I sit down to be humiliated, and I leave, walking away. Man, I'm like, I have no hope. And these people are, and then until like you become, oh, wait a minute. That's what they want to sell me. They want to scare me. They want to show me that they're like hero or heroic in a way, and they got something that I have no chance to get. So I should pay them everything I have. And if I don't have enough, maybe I should consider selling a kidney or an organ, okay, and 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 you know, give them everything I own, because they're gonna what? They're just gonna show you, you know, the negative side of life. So they focus on your weakness. What do we do if we all focus on our weaknesses?
We shy away.
I had a healthy conversation with the person from the educational system in Florida evaluating my son, Omar. And we were on a conference call with my son, my wife, and I. He's telling us like how in the 21 years of his career in the education system, starting in Michigan and now in Florida, how he never had anything like that, and you know, he just gets excited and he jumps off his chair when he sees even Omar's name comes up, and like he's always in anticipation, something big, something different, something. So at the end, I had a question, and I realized now my wife always wins. So I'm asking him, what is something that we're not, you know, quite good, you know, we can improve or something like that. I'm thinking like, oh, that's a humble question. I'm asking him, basically, what's our problem? What's our weakness? When he's telling me, keep doing what you're doing. And he repeated that, and I dodged it, and I asked the question differently. And my wife is looking at me, and, you know, thankfully he's not seeing us, but like, stop and be quiet, you're idiot, okay? And I didn't get it, okay? Then I said, what's wrong? I'm asking him. She said, because we should focus on our strength. He's telling you, keep doing what you're doing. Everything else is irrelevant. Why am I going to dig in the crap, if you wish? Okay? So it's just leave it away. So instead of telling people what's the problem with us, find the one thing that you like about them or is positive and focus and give it energy. Give it energy. Okay? Where in today's society, everybody's trying to tell you what's, you know, the problems with you or their problem. We're not going to get anything. If you focus on your weakness, I focus on my weakness, all of us, everybody's working on their weakness, we're not going to get better. It's a losing battle. It's called our weakness. but let's find what you're good at and give it the effort and the focus and the attention. And if everybody, we bring the best, the good 1% in them and magnify it, bring it out, we brought massive power to the world. So that's why we want everybody to be unique, to have their own domain, their own identity. We don't want to tell them what to do. The combined effort, we can do stuff that the individuals don't do. Not that they're weak or bad or helpless or no. It just everybody should know what they're good at. You're good at something. There's no possible way you're not better than me in one thing. It's impossible. To be fair, I should have at least one thing that, and I'm not saying as a human, okay, I'm talking about a skill or a talent or, a strength that I should be unique in it. It doesn't even sound good to better than you, okay? So I'm gonna hold that. So everybody should believe that they have something is needed. So if we're gonna tell you what to do, we're suppressing that uniqueness and that strength within you. So we're not gonna tell you what to do. You should focus what you're good at, what you love to do, and do it. You have no idea how many ideas popped to my brain while I was talking to John Barilla about the voices and how to, utilize that. This is his passion. This is what he's good at. And that could be used at a larger scale. He definitely needs the platform, and, that's what we have.
What I know, he has already a similar voice in the resound on OConnect, right, John Barilla?
100%. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. I'm very interested in using OConnect, and in
But he
fact,
can teach. He knows, he possesses the knowledge too.
yeah. Milo is starting a lot of different ideas with groups for OBless, but one of the categories, and I'm involved with him, is entertainment, and
Yeah.
we're going to use OConnect to I don't know exactly what we're going to do. I can't tell you that yet, but we're making plans to use OConnect as a platform to promote something for an OBless for people in entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to on my own to use OConnect with the talents that I have. Even I don't know if this came from you, Ash, but recently you said something about all the different things we can do with the different platforms, and one of the things we can do possibly with OConnect is that we could even do publishing. And I thought to myself about I've been working with voiceovers and such, and reading audiobooks, and I thought to myself, can use OConnect to do some publishing and even do like an audiobook and different things like that. There's all kinds of things with what I do that I can use a lot of our tools and solutions and specifically OConnect, very, very much so. So I'm very, very excited and interested in that.
I agree with you, and the possibilities are limitless.
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, and this is again where we go. We want everybody to bring the best they can within that. They had that dream or hobby or passion, kind of like getting old, but we want to revive that and connect it so others can benefit. You can teach something definitely on OCademey and walk away with a couple bucks.
Well, there you go, right there. It's the fact that I could do coaching. I could do acting classes with OCademey, or yes, exactly. There's so many things. Just you keep bringing stuff up. Yes.
Aspect, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all limitless. It's incredible. Again, when you have a good heart and conscience, I believe it changes everything, the game. And eventually people are going to recognize it. Even if, not everybody is like a believer in the beginning, a lot of skepticism, and we understand that. That is healthy, in fact. We want that so we can work harder on ourselves to validate our way and our theory. But Francis, if you meant also the hardware aspect that was talked about in April, that is perfectly fine, intact. In fact, this very June, we've had 2 major events. One is being wrapped up in Vegas today, tomorrow. The 22nd is the last day. So tomorrow, okay? And one was in here in Orlando, finished last Friday. So back to back, and they're all about hardware and things of our interest. So we were connected. In fact, HP company, HPE, HP Enterprise, they evolved in something. So I come a long way with that because in San Ramon, on the other side of the bay, Cupertino, where Apple
Yes.
headquarters is. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I used to live on the fence between HP and it was an apartment. HP, Hewlett Packard, and Apple. So you could see who I was surrounded with by design. Very expensive to live there, but eventually Apple bought that land and made the Apple space
Right.
ship
Structure.
building. Was
Yeah.
supposed to be $1 billion, but it ended up costing $5 billion. It's a monumental project, mega project. So I come a long way with them. So the CEO of HPE had a scheduled meeting with me. I'm afraid I'm not going to make it because my wife's still not feeling good, and she feeds me, so I better stick to her, not to HP CEO. So if I want a shady show, I would go and show you a picture. There's a CEO of HP with CEO of Onpassive. That's not what I like, okay? I prefer a good meal with Susie or Chris Johnson or any of you over any transactional meeting.